when I had no love left. I want to thank the committee for asking me. I said, you know what, somebody up there went crazy. I said, the people desperate. Something wrong can't be. I want to thank y'all, because y'all got a lot of courage to ask me to come up here. Either that or you're crazy. I want to thank Narcotics Anonymous, because I know if it wasn't for this program, I would not be living. All the newer members, can you please do me a favor and stand up? I would like to say welcome not only to Narcotics Anonymous, but welcome to the rest of your life. That's if you choose to live. Note that you are not here by accident. You were handpicked by a loving, caring, wonderful, merciful God. Because we all know somebody who didn't make it. Yeah. You did not stumble in here by accident. Just like me, we were all handpicked. Thanks for being here. This is my favorite convention. It'll be your favorite if it's your first time. It won't be your last. The name is perfect. We grow love. First place I ever been. I know I'm loved. And I'm not even from here. I get more love from you guys than I ever have anywhere else. I'm trying to be serious, but actually I'm silly using it. Be yourself. I was actually, when I first got here, simply amazed. I said, what am I supposed to do? I hear all these white people. Because I was raised in a home where my father was very prejudiced. And, you know, that stuff was embedded like a lot of stuff we got. As kids, I don't hold it against them now. I understand my parents should have had a program, but they didn't. So they gave the best that they had, which sometimes was not enough. And I always say, I know I'm coming out here, all these white people trying to hold on to all this prejudice stuff and nationality, you guys, we all bleed red. And I love you. You guys have loved me when I didn't feel like it. Somebody said earlier about how 1 year I came, I didn't want to be here. When y'all found out, some of you guys, I was getting ready to talk. You see, remember that year you came and so-and-so what happened? I said, oh, Lord, why they bring that up? I was praying all year. I said, God, just let me get there without somebody dying in my family this year. Because any of y'all who know me know that 1 year I came a month after our brother died, and then a week the next year after I buried my brother. It really wasn't until then that I understood what no matter what meant. Because y'all told me, Sarah Maria, somebody in my family died, I'm still here, I need to pick up. That no matter what is one of my favorite things. See, I understand one thing. At the end of our serenity prayer, it says the wisdom to know the difference. I know what I won't use about. I just have to stay on my toes because I don't want to use. I know I won't use about death, but I have a devastating, somebody said it the other day, one word described, insidious disease that won't tell me what I will use about. I hear a lot of us will suffer with the AIDS virus, hepatitis, a lot of different things. Some of us will be cured from that, some won't. But this disease has absolutely no cure. A young lady that growed up in Camp Mac, and I watched her grow up yesterday, grown up to be an awesome young lady. She's almost 20 years old now. Yeah. She says, what makes a person rather live on the street, not have no food, or nowhere to sleep, I immediately began to pray, say, God, don't ever let her have that. Because I understand. I understand that I have a disease that has done it to me several times. Says, you don't need no job. Let's go get high. Who needs lights? We got a lighter. Who needs a lover? I can't put them in a pipe. I'm talking about a devastating disease that don't care. But this is a program about recovery. And the newer members, if you don't understand anything about this disease, the only way you will is if you keep coming. Because if you keep coming and you don't use, you will get some understanding. We say this all the time to the newer member, keep coming, don't use. We can only keep what we have by giving it away. That simply means if we do not have you to help, we're in trouble. We cut it off at a point though. We say, keep coming, don't use, your life is gonna get better. My life got better the first 30 days. I kept coming, I didn't use. And I started doing some work and I got a sponsor. My life was getting better. I was collecting all this material stuff. So my life's getting better when I give my money to the dope man. I got this, got that. I kept coming, I didn't use. My life continuously got better. Eventually, I kept coming, I didn't use. I started doing some work. I began to get better. There's a difference. I got better. My life got better before I did. Because I was judging my life on all this outside stuff. I would go to meetings and I would hear guys brag about, yeah, I got a Cadillac. You remember asking me, how you get this? Come and don't use, you can get it too. And I would sit there just with my fingers crossed over the newer member and ask him, how you gonna keep it? You got a Cadillac, but you're asking for gas money because you don't have a job. Just like our literature says, an addict with one day clean can tell another addict this program works. It did not say they can tell them how. And you got some newer members to try to tell you how. I say to them, keep coming and don't leave. And your life and you will get better. Because see, once your life started getting better, I was in the habit of collecting stuff. I wanted to see stuff, and people weren't making it any better. They said, oh, Maria, you're getting your hair done. You're recovering your butt off. Oh, geez, Maria, you got a new car. Recover, girl. And I was sick as all get up. The wisdom to know the difference, I understood when the change came about. The difference between my life getting better and me getting better. It came like 6 years later. I hear a lot of people talk about the anger. 6 years in jail was no bond claim. And I thought I'd work through the issues. You know how we come. You got a couple of years. I've done that and wrote it out. Talked about it with my sponsor. I surrendered to anger. I'm no longer angry. I understand today the wisdom to know the difference. A lot of my anger comes from me messing up my life. I walked around for years. I don't know why I'm so mad. I'm just mad at the world. You know, in recovery, wearing all kind of stuff with Tupac. In the CD player, we woke up hollering, F the word. But I'm not angry, I just like Tupac. It took going to jail, then doing the work. See, the steps are something else. I don't know about y'all. Most of the time I work them after stuff happens. Surrender is the heck of a thing. I'll surrender this later because right now I gotta keep this part because it's part of my survival techniques. If I surrender this, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let me tell you about an awesome God that I have. I have not struggled like my mind can tell you I have sometimes since I've been in recovery. And when I say struggle, I'm talking about as far as paying my bills. Because y'all told me, you know what, Maria, if I come to your house now to your address, you pay it, it's yours. I hear people say I struggle, especially in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I understand one thing about women because I am one, despite of what I might think sometimes. Sometimes we love to be victims. Poor me, can't you see I'm hurting? What are you going to do about it? Just for the day I refuse to be a victim. Because y'all don't talk about me no more. She running around talking all that good stuff, so I seen her in the fetal position in the backyard. But she's so recovering her butt. This disease is something else. I go through the same thing every day. This disease still tell me I ain't shit. Be like, here we go. See, I understand I have a higher power, and I'm so glad that he's so powerful. Because if he didn't have as much power as that lower one, not to mention the one in between my power, because any given day, I got this. You wouldn't understand. I'm about to shoot this move. I'll come back and ask for forgiveness later. Matter of fact, let me ask now, before I even do it. Let me ask now, because I'm going to take that spanking later. I'm so grateful. This program, it said I needed to get a God of my own understanding. It does not come from dogma. Because my mother's God is going to get me according to her. You're going to get it. Because when I gave birth to you, you're a little girl, how dare you think otherwise? You're going to get it. I said to myself, you know what, if all that's true, I'm going to crumble a lot of people growing. I'm the type of person I'm going to hang on to somebody who ain't supposed to go. Her. I try not to stay a lot about talking about the drugs. Y'all know I did the same thing y'all did. Come on. I could go there for identification for the newer member, but guess what? Y'all already know, you knew. You probably could tell me some stories. I know having too much haven't changed. There's not a lot to change. Let me talk about some things I'm grateful for. When I got here, I was grateful to be able to change my underwear. I was grateful for one clean toothbrush. I hear y'all talk about how y'all grateful for your cars and did. I'm grateful for all of that too. But I'm mostly grateful for the fact that God, with his loving, caring self, still to this day, love me when I don't feel like it. Because some days, y'all, I just don't feel like it. I can tell you this. A person that loves themselves and loves the fact that they have a God that loves them do not get up. But this disease is so cunning and baffling. All weekend I've been hearing about all these people that's been out with clean time. I don't necessarily say I get scared anymore, I get aware. Because I have become complacent in this process. I didn't know what complacency was until I looked it up. I heard y'all say, addicts become complacent. So I'm not complacent. They always think they know everything. People call me, Maria, I haven't seen you at the meeting. You're not coming complacent. I was like, girl, I got a job. She go, I do too. So maybe you got time to do all that. I'm tired. Talking about being tired. I made it this year. Nothing tragic happened. I thought something tragic had happened until I got here. And I heard some of the ladies talk about some of the incidents, some of the things that happened to him, to them, and they're here with their sponsor. And they're on their way back to recovery physically. August the 21st, last year, I celebrated 11 years clean. You talk about change. I didn't know it was a change, but it would be about to come about. September 14th, I turned 50. September 27th, I had a stroke. God is good. Most people don't know I had it if they don't know me. I know when I look at me. I can tell you. He's still good. Once again, it was just one of them episodes to show me how vain I was. I kept saying, God, please don't let my face with it. We talking about a person who never thought their mother really cared about them. So I got a phone call the other day from one of her friends. And the religious setting they were in, they do a little setting, she gave a talk. And the lady called and she said, let me tell you something. Your mom gave a talk and she couldn't hardly finish it. Because she went to talking about how the devil and took 3 of her children. Then she got a phone call and said, God, please, don't let Satan take my baby girl. That's all I ever wanted to be, was my mother's baby girl. I was born her baby girl. I felt I was never treated like her baby girl. This took a lot of work, y'all. I blame my people for years, treating me different. Guess what, you guys? I acted different. They treated me accordingly. I've always been isolated. I always felt like something was wrong with me, so I'm going to stay out of the way. We grow with love. When I say y'all out here now have loved me like I've never been loved before, you best believe I mean that. When I come here every year, y'all say, hey, Marie, I'm so glad to see you. I go back and I say, they really are. If you ever feel alone at Camp Mac, it's simply because you want to. Y'all not going to let nobody be wrong. I'll be like, I'm going in this corner. I'm just going to chill and meditate. God said, no, here comes a newcomer. He's going to need your help. There's Cherie. Put him over there. Then he said, guess what? I didn't give it to you, keep selfish. Give it away. Because I was new. And when I came into the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous, I was scared to death. I've never felt inferior in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. Superior, I mean. I've always felt less than. I know how it can be to be new. They told me, just sit down. Get a cup of coffee and sit down. We're going to read the first step. So, I'm not reading anything. I just don't want to get high. I didn't have a clue about recovery. Now, it seems like to me, the newer members got some microwave recovery going on. We was talking about this earlier. Some of them got a month. And they're on the 11th step. Me and Sharita said, well, we must be doing something wrong. I'm going to go back to the no matter what. for a minute and touch on this little stroke thing, just a little bit. In the midst of the stroke, they find this hyperthyroid thing. Start taking my weight, taking my hair out. I don't know about y'all. I say, I'm gonna go down and let God do this, but I think basically anybody who has to get up and share tries to come up with some type of preparation. I'm gonna go tell these people, look, I'm doing great. I had a stroke. I met a young lady who said she died for 2 minutes. And she's on the road to recovery. She's at Camp Mac. Miracles happen at Camp Mac. If you can't find a friend here, you don't want a friend. And it's, I come back every year, let me share this. 2 young ladies brought me here. They had way more clean time than I did. Neither one of them here anymore. And it saddens my heart. And I've had several people in the room that helped me that's not here anymore. And I've always been amazed at how they're so good at helping other people. And then they turn this stuff in. I have never in my life lived this good. I'm not turning this in. Because I can feel like, I can feel like I'm dead on any given day. I don't need to put no dope on that. My higher power has a way of doing things for me that I can't do for myself. The lower power has a way of doing things and making me do it with it. And then telling me it's okay. Sharita, I'm doing pretty good with this no cussing thing, but it's really getting on my damn nerves. It's hard to be somebody you're not. I'm trying to, certainly supposed to be spiritually. And it is spirit. Don't get me wrong, I'm a spiritual person. Y'all told me I can have my own understanding with my higher power. And right now you stay, you know what, fool? Go on, get real. It's not that I'm not getting real, but it's hard. Try to do this thing. She done intimidated me and shit. The real, they got you on Sunday. Step 4 said, we have been experts at self-deception. I'm deceiving myself. Right now, if I think I can stand here, I have a lot of respect for the newer members, don't get me wrong, but it's not like y'all ass ain't heard no cussing. And I've been told by several people, Marie, you need to really kind of watch how you talk. Some of y'all can tell me, watch how you walk. Don't strut so much. Kiss my butt. I'm not going to say that I don't care about what people think about me. I'll be lying. But I try to make sure I live a life that is okay with me, what I think about myself. Because I do care what y'all think about me. And for all those people sit out there and say, I don't give a damn what people think about me, it's bullshit. I don't care, young lady. If people don't like me, I don't care. Don't nobody want to be somewhere where don't nobody like their ass. For real, you just gonna be in a room with 100 people. I don't give a damn don't nobody like me. Well, guess what? You don't like yourself. I like me, as crazy as I am. I love me. I love me today. Mm-hmm. God loves me, he proves it every day. First sign of proof is he came into the dope house and got my scurvy ass out. He didn't get nobody but me. They still getting high. The ones that's not dead. He came and got me. He said, come bring your stupid ass with me. See, God knows my heart. The disease knows my head. And it can get in there, baby, and it can throw a party. And just for the day, I don't want to party with the disease no more. You know, I never did really party like a rock star. You know, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I never in my life smoked a damn 8-ball. I was too crazy already. I could not have handled the 8-ball. So the ones who keep saying I smoked the 8-ball to keep sounding like a ball on the budget with that shit, good for you. Thank God he saved your crazy ass. I mean, for real, you know, we still, the literature you talk about how we come around after all, we still like to sound good. You know, when I first got here, y'all had some stories for me. I was like, damn, they did all that? The hell they doing in Narcotics Anonymous? You know what? What is the Narcotics Anonymous program? A society of men and women for whom drugs have come what? Major. Major. Ain't nobody sitting in here today just because. Because they left town once a year and got high. Major problem. Who's an addict? I am. When I first got here, and people say, come on, sit down at the table, everybody's like, I'm an addict, my name's so-and-so D. I said, My name Maria, I'm a good person, I just made some bad mistakes. I'm not saying this shit. It's like, keep coming, boo. I said, keep coming. The same damn thing the doorman told me, gave me a dummy. I said, man, that wasn't shit. He said, come back tomorrow to be better. I got here y'all saying the same thing. Keep coming, it gets better. I said, then they saying the same shit. But y'all did say, just don't get high. I said, here we go with this shit. And I'm like Gina. Every day I kept saying, if I don't feel no better than this shit tomorrow, I'm getting high. Go back to the meeting. If I don't feel no better than this tomorrow, damn this. This ain't working for me. Next thing you know, I got like 90 days. Everybody started clapping. You know what? Narcotics Anonymous is the only place you can go get a standing ovation for fucking your life up. I really don't, man, because they done come up with some drugs now, Jack. Like some crystal meth. The hell, my teeth was already rotting. It's that one time I'll be powerless. I'm powerless if I pick that shit up. As long as I don't, I got a little bit of power. I got y'all. I got God. I got a sponsor. Sponsor is very important. I'm not one of the people that really all that close, you know. Me and my sponsor aren't necessarily best friends and all that, but Johnny said she had to be. But she's my sponsor. She's a good sponsor. She's been my sponsor since I've been here. I got a sponsee, Avis. She's not only my sponsor, she's my friend. We grow with love. We do this together, okay? from Detroit. I said, them people asked me to come up there and talk that crazy as our damn mayor. See, and I'm going to tell you something. Y'all know what that situation done for me? It makes me live this program even more. Because anytime you got somebody like that in leadership and people are watching and find it amusing and think it's okay, I still need to be an example of Narcotics Anonymous. And I noticed one thing, I don't know about here in the city of Detroit, most people that vote for his ass is unemployed. With his good spending our taxpayers' money on defense. I'll call you, my man, bitch, you ain't got no job. And they don't. All his supporters don't have jobs. I can't hardly make it to Camp Mac. He all over the world on my money. I don't care one way or the other. I don't vote. You know what I vote for? Jesus Christ. I vote for God. Because personally, my 6-year-old grandson can run the city better. I vote for recovery. This is a heck of a process. If you're in this process, stay in it. They talk about relationships can be a terribly painful area. It don't say terribly painful for no reason. It didn't say relationships can hurt a little. It said terribly painful. You know, we come here and say, don't get in a relationship the first year. Who said that shit? It ain't in the literature. How many people you know coming out of treatment, not doing dope, and the first thing don't come to light is this? And when you get to that, and once you get that, for once you got it without being under the influence, it's good. You in love. For the newer members who is loving, if it don't last a year, you make sure you stay here. Relationships send more people out the door. If it don't work, don't use. Because if you keep coming, you best believe 9 out of 10 after a year, you ain't gonna like that nigga no way. Sharita, did I say nigga? Yeah. We buried that in Michigan, not here. For real, you know when you talk about love, lust, I'm in a relationship, and this guy is so handsome. When you ain't smoking dope, a lot of stuff look good. You know, you get treated, you get a little booty. You're looking good, they starting to holler at you. He said, I'm fine. And he fine too, he ain't looked at him. Just going by what he said. And I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna try dating first, the first week. As soon as you find out you bumping the rest of the new company, you wanna go use some dope. I tell you one thing, you better not go use it, it ain't gonna stop you from bumping. But I understand, because for years, I had sex under the influence. It was one of them things, just about hurry up so I can get this done. And then when I get clean, now I'm worried about how I look doing it. You're like, when did that get there? Damn. If you do, keep coming. If you screw, keep coming. You know, we got a lot of people be messed up. Be like, I really like this guy, but my sponsor said I can't get in a relationship, and I'm so scared he's gonna go do it to somebody else. So if you think you giving them some, it's gonna stop and do what you do. Just don't use no dope. It's not that serious. It's the beginning of many relationships you will build in here. You have to keep coming to understand the most important one you will build is with your higher power. And then you step back and let him pick. which is hard to do. Gina was telling me she got in the rooms and I was just so loving, like, oh, there she go. Hell, I wanted some pussy. I'm like, this is the prettiest thing I hit the rooms of Narcotic Anonymous in a long time. They said, Maria, you know better. She knew. I said, shut up, I am too. I wasn't new. The relationship didn't last that long. But the friendship is a valuable one. I never thought I could do this. You know, people say, you can't be friends right after. Believe me, it was a painful situation. I heard y'all say, fetal position. I said, they lying, they just go lay down. I don't feel good, right? A fetal position, there ain't nobody be in that kind of pain. For real, is this a figure of speech? I was in a fetal position. And I was in it so long, I couldn't even call nobody and tell them. Once again, I'm going to do this by myself. I'll tell them when I'm through. I'll tell them when I'm done hurting. I'll tell them when I can quit lying about how I'm looking, why I'm looking the way that I am. Because see, one thing about the program, Narcotics Anonymous, and the recovery process, this is always will be an inside-out job, not outside in. That's the wisdom to know the difference. When we get here, we work the outside. You stay long enough, you're going to have to work with the inside. And when you're working with it, for me, there's no such thing as a dressed up garbage can. Because when I'm not feeling it, I look like I don't feel it. There's nothing I can do, put on, do to my hair, or anything else that's going to make me feel any better. I went to meetings looking like a bum. They say, Maria, what's up? I said, no. You all right? I'm all right. I was messed up. Because see, my disease got a very, very, very big inflated ego. Edging God out. Once again, I got this. I understand the fetal position now. I understand no matter what now. All this learning, this is such a learning process. I understand that when I thought I knew everything at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years clean, I knew absolutely nothing. I understand it's impossible for me to go to a table and tell somebody what they need to do with their life. Mine fucked up. And I'm going to tell y'all, no, I can't stand it. Don't bring it to me. If you ain't been there, there's nothing to tell me. We talk about sharing our strengths, our hopes, and our experience. A lot of us try to share our stuff and haven't experienced it. You can't tell me to stand up, Maria, get out the fetal position if you haven't been in it. Just like we try to tell people around here, don't take your medicine. How you going to tell somebody not to take their medicine? We become PhDs up in here. And if we really think about it, since when do we get the answers? Tell somebody else what to do with their life. We make suggestions, we take, and most of us don't take them. Let's get real. Most of us don't take them. You say, you know, dude, you should so and so and so and so. You be walking away to him, what the fuck you talking about? You ain't experienced that. You know, somebody told me, you know what, Maria? I know exactly how you feeling. My girlfriend's baby brother died. Your girlfriend? I'm talking about my baby brother. Who was my best friend. I know how you feel. How do you know how I feel? That's like me telling Gina, I understand, Gina, how you feel on Mother's Day. You know how you. I don't understand that. My mom's still living. And I'm so glad that she's still living. For the first time, y'all, I told you I'm 50 years old. I'm 51. I'm getting to know my mother. I never knew my mother. And she raised me. There's some things about her I don't like. There's a lot of things about me she don't like. But see, I understand. that for a long time, before I even heard the word God, my mother was my higher power. Because her word was bond. She was the boss. I didn't know nothing about God. She said it goes this way, it goes this way. I'm so glad y'all told me to get a God of my own understanding. It's not my mate. I will not make another human being my God. How am I pray to him? Oh, baby, please. You know what I'm feeling. Can you help me? And you know what? I wish y'all had told me sometime. Y'all never told me. You just said, Maria, if some surrender. You didn't tell me sometime it take months. You know, I surrendered. I go out to the water, all right, I surrender, God, help. I go home and be like, what happened? It ain't went nowhere. 3 months later, I haven't surrendered. Y'all talking about denial and refusal. It's such a thin line between denial and acceptance. You ever notice how much sometimes we accept so much and be so deep into denial and call it acceptance? He got 3 women, but I accept that about him on number 4. I'm not in denial. I'm in acceptance. I'm not accepting less today, you guys. My higher power told me I deserve the best. But guess what, y'all? I gotta be the best. I can't be looking for somebody that got all this stuff that I want from them and I ain't bringing it. Just for the day I can honestly say that you guys have taught me how to grow up. I'm learning how to grow up, and I have something to bring to the table today. That's what I want. And when I say something to bring to the table, I'm not talking about nothing in my wallet. I'm talking about something in here. Because if you notice around this program, you notice people that are working a spiritual, godly program because they got a glow. And if you work in one, you know you do because you see negativity come to God. Be like, take a step back. Let it go. And bring it back. Negativity is so draining. But my disease, we'll walk right down the dirt road right here and you be like, you can hear somebody just going on about other people, they be like, let's go talk to them. They talking about other people. I know them, you know when I talk about other people, most times, lately in conversations I've been called up being a gossiping. Let's call it what it is. Talking about other people. You know she's someone so I can sit back. Yeah, you're doing the same shit. You know bullshit, recognize bullshit. Because if you haven't done it or not doing it, you don't know that it's so fucked up. Other than that, we all walk around and say, that's cool what she's doing. She's living her life. Seems pretty happy most of the time. And I'm one of them people, I want to be happy all the time. And when I'm not, I think something wrong. You know, and lately I've been like, what's wrong with me? You know what? You know, this or that. You know when you're getting older and you wake up in the morning, your first word be, oh, when you go to get up. I've been doing every morning. I'm like, damn, Maria, every morning you say, oh, just shout it out. Because I just don't jump up out the bed like I used to. I mean, you should be hurting. I mean, come on. What's really going on? She think I ain't lying. My first word is going to be old. Who said it yesterday? Kim. She was talking about what a pleasure it is to look around and see all the people that are getting older in Narcotics Anonymous. You know? And I'm going to share this, y'all. And because I always share it because it's crazy, but it makes sense to me. I know y'all remember. I was getting high. My man Prince said, we're going to party like it's 1999. I say, damn, ain't nobody gonna be living in 1999? That boy crazy as hell. Because I didn't think I would be. I really thought, and I used to say, Prince, you know, walk around, you get high, your deal, you hear the record, walk around telling you know, Prince is really having his time, dude. He's talking about 1999. Who's the fuck gonna be here? You know? Really. Because I was on a mission to kill myself. Just for the day, I don't want to die. You know, I always said, they say suicide. I said, I can't relate to the suicide part. I don't know. I don't never want to commit suicide. So tell me, y'all, what is it when you ride down the freeway and you wonder if your truck can take the impact against the wall at 75 miles an hour? Oh, okay. Thank you. Deny it. But I really don't want to die. I got some grandkids, y'all. They don't know I'm an addict. Not yet. Sometimes they think I act pretty strange. I can't believe that I'm doing it. I'm talking about how grateful that I'm already silly. That God pulled me out before I burnt everything out. That I heard speaker talk about somebody with one arm yesterday. It takes sometimes stuff like that to reiterate the gratitude. You know, like you driving to work and you moving along, gotta go to this damn job. You run across a guy in a wheelchair stuck in the middle of the street. You complaining about what? I thank him each and every day for what he's done for me because I understand one thing. He didn't have to. He didn't have to. And I cannot say enough about if you sit in this room, know that you was handpicked. Know that somebody prayed you up in here and God heard. You did not stumble, accidentally fall into this room. This book talked about we survived all odds. And we did. We was like some damn cats. They say cats had 9 lives, addicts had more than that. We survived all odds. Everybody's not going to make it. This program might not be for everybody. When I got here, I used to hear y'all say, if you don't want to be here, we're glad you're from your misery. I'm like, man, what they talking about? They just saying, just go back out. But I understand now. Because everybody don't want this. Everybody's not ready. There's somebody in this room right now who want to bet you want to get out. Just hold on by a thread. You know why I say that? Because I'm in a room full of addicts. Know that even if you want to get high, you don't have to. Not even when you leave, you can't back. I don't ever want to get high again. Did you hear me? I said ever. I never want to live that life again. I do not want to wake up and ask nobody, how did they get there? Get out of my house. They turn over and say, bitch, you ain't got no house, you ain't mad. And by the way, what your name is? It's totally opposite now. I know sometimes, you know, someone you end up in these places with people, you know, you're getting high, you sit there long enough, you get high. Somebody coming to the bar might not be so attractive, but the more you drink, they start looking good. It's just the opposite now. You go in there and you sit, you see somebody that might look good, let them drink a couple of drinks, like, what the hell happened? She was fine as hell when she hit the door. Totally opposite. Totally opposite. Talking about denial. I said, here you go with that denial stuff. I'm so far into now with this can't hardly see no more shit. I keep saying, I don't need real glasses. I just need something to read with. You know, anytime you got to do this with your reading glasses. Probably need to get to the eye doctor. And I got insurance. I got a job long enough, y'all, to have some insurance. Ain't that a blessing? I kept a job long enough to have some insurance. It was right on time. As soon as I got the job, my teeth started falling out. I was like, I got that. That's a blessing. I never thought I'd keep a job long enough. I heard Mark talk about his cat yesterday. Man, my mom keep calling me to the cat's missing you. Dog, I ain't nothing to do. I look at them sometimes, though, and look at them and I think, you guys are so lucky. Because if y'all was anything like me, when I was getting high, I could not have an animal. If you meow too loud, I killed you. I remember slamming cats against the cement. Because I could no longer not only feed them, I couldn't stand and hear them meow from hunger. I got in fellowship and I heard this guy say he killed his dog. I was like, oh, coward bastard. Killed a defenseless dog. God said, there you go. What about all them cats and dogs you keep? My dog's 6 years old. 6 years old. And I look at him, believe me, and I know. See, I don't know about y'all. Sometimes God just keeps stuff there to remind me. I hear a lot of times say, I went to this incident, I don't know what happened. I thought about using this, and so on. So, you know, a lot of times I believe God just puts stuff in the way just so I don't forget. So he said, Maria, don't forget how far I brought you. Don't you ever forget how far I've brought you. Because he's brought me a mighty long way. I don't think I was supposed to be dead because I would be. A lot of stuff we say around here, we hear one another repeat. If you really think about it, it make no sense. I was supposed to be dead, were you? Or I come here now. I was supposed to be right here doing what I'm doing right now. I made it to Camp Mac. I'm on my feet. When I had that little slight stroke, I started getting this little twitch. I'm standing in the middle of the thing trying to get my driver's license and I just went to shake. I had a newfound appreciation for people that do that all the time and can't stop. But he's so good, he continuously keep dusting me off, putting me back on my feet. Sometimes I want to take credit for it. People say, did you go to therapy? Kinda, I ain't did shit. God did all this. He did all this. I haven't shared this with anybody because I like to keep it like it's always like it has been. I got a 24-year-old, y'all, and she just started drinking. She just think, well, I ain't drinking that much. I knew something was wrong because every time she comes see me now, she always say, why you look at me like that? I'm like what? Mom, why you keep looking at me like that? Like what, Morgan? Like you think I'm high. You said that shit I didn't. It finally came out. You keep looking at me like you think I'm high. Well, some boo look like you ain't combed your hair in a while. But guess what, y'all? I just pray for her like somebody prayed for me. I can pray to my grandkids. You know what? It's so messed up, man. I be scared if my grandkids go to school. It's a wonderful thing to be in recovery as fucked up as the world is right now. Because it's all downhill from here. And I can see actually a lot of people saying, you know what, this stuff is all messed up anyway. I might as well just go and get high. Because it's all messed up. And then if you got anybody in your life that's constantly telling you, no, the world's about to end. But you know what? They've been telling me that since 75. I just want to do it the best that I can every day. And the way stuff is so messed up now, I understand one day at a time. I'm no longer worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen the next day. I don't even worry about today. I just ask him to keep doing it for me, because I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I get exhausted about small stuff. Drive, I don't sweat no damn gas. I'm gonna drive. You know, everybody complains, you see how high the gas is, your ass still getting it? You ain't gonna walk? People tell me, Maria, why don't you catch the bus? I'm not gonna go outside and walk or buy a car to go get on the bus. This is only the beginning of what's about to happen to the economy. We're about to see an economy in a turmoil for real. We're about to see a lot of people run up in Narcotics Anonymous. See, because through all the turmoil that's happening out in the world, they still see us basically as walking as peaceful people. How come y'all not stressing about no gas and stuff? Because we know, we sit in this room, we know God got us. I know God didn't bring me this far to throw me on my face. We grow with love, but you know what? You got to have some loving people around you to grow. Right. Or you will just be a stuck ass. And sweat you growing your ass off. And go try to convince other people I'm growing, aren't I? Can't you tell? Can you tell I'm growing in that area? I'll be like, can you tell? But sometimes I just want to sit still and let shit go by. Just watch the whole world go by. And be like, when y'all done, come back and get me. I try not to stress a lot of shit, man. That stroke did something to me. It did. Gave me a whole new perspective. I'm like, Maria, you stress too much small shit. And I mean, that's small stuff. It wasn't about nothing. What somebody else thought about me, how come they don't love me. I'm forgetting all about the fact that I got so many people that love me, but I'm concerned about one. I'm concerned about one, forgetting about all the rest. And actually really forgetting about the biggest one. Because I know y'all already know. If God did not love me, I would be a hotter mess than I am. Because I'm a hot mess. On any given day, I'm a hot ass mess. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all talking about, you know, I had this reputation, narcotic, now Maria, you're brutally honest. I said, yeah, I am. Till I looked up what brutally honest meant. It meant being honest and having no concern for the other person's feelings. I said, oh shit. I gotta quit cutting people down, basically. Because if, you know what, I'm one of them people, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. I'm going to say what I want to say to your ass. But as soon as you say something back, what the hell you think you're talking to? You know, and it can get real ugly. I talk about the complacency. I literally went back to when a newer member said, well, you know, you should try something. Shut the fuck up. You were still smoking crack when I was making music. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, you just get out the door out, dummy. Acting like I just got out of there too. Acting just like I just got out. You know, it's only through His grace I didn't pick up. But I went insane for a little while. And then I'm going to tell you again what it was. It was God. You know, after I got done being tired and hurting and all that, you feel like you got enough here? You ready to let me do this for you again? I can't take no credit, y'all. I don't take no credit for almost 12 years clean. Because ain't no way in hell I'd have did it without God. Ain't no way. Because like I told you, when I first got here, I didn't know if I wanted to stay. I said, if I don't feel no better than this tomorrow, I'm fucking leaving. I don't feel no better than this tomorrow. You know, I wasn't looking, like I hear y'all say, I wasn't looking for the room where people was getting high. Because I really, really didn't want to get high no more. I just didn't know if I could not get high anymore. Because I felt so bad about myself. I didn't think that I deserved. I didn't know that I could deal with life on life's terms without using. I hear y'all say, I got clean life, show up. Life's already been here. Your ass just not participating in your own. We can say some stuff that really don't make a lot of sense. And Gina's right. I go to the literature, I'm like, where you see that? In there, where it says I can't have sex. You know, I don't see that in here. I see a lot of other good stuff in here. A lot of stuff that says, you know what, Marie, you need to do an inventory. Because you messed up. You messed up real bad. So I done, it's time to do another 4-step. You hear me say it's time. I've been doing it for 7 months. I'd be like, then I had the nerve day, somebody said they've been doing this step. So I was like, ooh, damn, for real? I didn't even have the courage to say, shit, that ain't nothing. I've been stuck a bit too now. But I understand one thing, when I'm stuck, it shows. It does, it shows. See, because I want to be one of the people that, remember, we say we can only keep what we have by giving it away. I'm not going to give you none of my money and shit. Because you keep coming, you're going to get your own. And you're going to want to give somebody something. Because I understand one thing about being new, you're not supposed to do nothing, you know it's to take. My suggestion is you take all the good shit you can get. The spiritual food. The suggestion from the older members, the people around you who got some positive input to help you keep coming one more day. And when you keep coming one day, you're going to turn around and give that to somebody else. I will give my last. You know, in recovery, a lot of times we say, I'm not giving him $2 to be at the gas station every day. He ain't going to do nothing, go get half my money. It ain't your damn money. God gave you the job. I give him $2 if I got it. There were some days I was out 10 one, but tell you $2 just got a bitch through. You know, really. But see, we forget a lot of times. I'm in recovery now. I'm not giving nobody none. What if God felt that way about us? What if God brought us in here and said, okay, Maria, you're great now. I done got you a little past 11 years. You're all right, you're on your own. I'll holler at you. Not just me. Mark, I got you here. You know y'all living up in the UP. You good? Derek, Kim, you guys seem to be really cool. You're on your own. We'd be in trouble. We'd be in trouble because I'm turning Sault Ste. Marie out. I'm taking my crazy ass to the UP. I ain't done no damage yet. Mark! Just for the day, I don't want to do no damage. I don't want to hurt nobody. It's amazing how you stay here and things just change and you don't even know you're changing. Well, God's changing. You know, I used to really be dead bent on hurting people because I was so hurt. I'm not hurt today. I'm not hurting. You know, I'm not hurting anymore. It's a wonderful feeling. Anybody in this room in pain that's hurting right now, know that your time to get through this will shine. Know that right now you're suffering only because God got somebody coming your way for you to help. And you can't help them if you ain't suffering in the same way. Because God is an awesome God. I don't believe I have a punishing God. I do believe I cut my own blessings. Because if I had a punishing God, my ass would have been whooped up. Long time ago. It really would have. This talk went nothing like I thought it was. You know, I was exhausted. I was ready to start cussing people out. Like, they asked me to do this, they done fucked up my whole weekend. I'm all nervous and shit. I came around here to relax and enjoy myself. Now I'm walking around in circles. What am I gonna say? I hope I be all right. God help me to be spiritual, not to cut. Sharita, fuck you. I love you, baby. And you know, and y'all know what? First time I came here, I was outside. You know, you get all emotional when you come here and stuff just happened. I was crying. I'm walking around there crying. Here comes Sharita. Hi, dear. What's the matter? I said, I don't know. I'm crying like hell. I don't know. She said, what, this remind you of anything? I said, being on fire with my grandfather. She's like, well, just keep walking. Maybe he's walking with you. I'm lost. And he's dead. She said, baby, you're not lost. You just walked out that way. I still get lost. You know why? Let me tell y'all something. I've been coming here 10 years. I still don't know how to get here. You know what? I had to pick peaceful people to come with me. Could you read the directions? Read the directions, I'll drive. But I already know if I wanted to come along, God will bring me. He'll bring me. So I had a lot of experiences. It was a friend of mine supposed to come here from California. I met him when I first got out of recovery. He didn't make it. Him and his wife had something else to do. And this guy, man, as soon as I got into the meeting in the room of Narcotics Anonymous, they gave me a ride home one time from a meeting. This guy showed up at my door every day. Maria, it's time to go to me. I said, man, who the hell are you? Just get up, let's go to me. I gotta get on my porch. He got, it's Eric W. Come on out. I said, I know them people in that place. It's crazy. I said, man, get off my porch. He said, get your book and come. Just come on, Maria. I went. We went on to the meeting. After the meeting, he said, we're going to Big Boys to eat. Okay, I'm like, I don't know y'all. And how the hell do you remember where I live? This guy did this consistent job for about a month. Thank God he did that. Because I go right in that door, lock it, and still be the isolator I love being. See, I'm not in refusal. I'm not even in denial on this one, you guys. I am the biggest isolator I know. And guess what? I'm all right with it. I'm not saying it's all right, but I'm all right. Because when I know that I'm isolated real bad, what I'll do maybe is just go outside for a minute and holler at somebody. You know, be like, give me a hug. Go to the meeting, you know. I made it time to get in the circle, right? You know, I talked last time I was here, I talked about the drive-by. And how awesome God was. Some of y'all didn't know, you know, I got this new car and I want to show off. So I instead of going to the meeting, I drive by, shoot. Park out front. Open the sunroof. I swear to God, there'll never nobody out there to see that fucking car. By the time they seen that damn car, it was old. God was like, you know what, park the car and go in the thing on me. You know, what a change, man, from the way it used to be. You know, I always talk about, see, I'm not impressed. I understand now that all that was about me recovering from not having shit. You know, gathering up a lot of stuff, like say, we got this, we got that. Well, you know, coming from the people who ain't had shit. Nothing. We talk about recovering in all these different areas. We never tap on how we're recovering from not having shit. Like we came in the rooms with all that. Came in the room with fucking mismatched socks. You know, now God done blessed us with jobs, cars, mates, children, grandchildren. And a lot of times, man, we still Ain't done nothing. Nothing. Still can't do nothing today. I love you, Ashley, Shannon, Kim, all y'all. I come here every year just to see all y'all. Right? I'm going to see Kim. I hope she don't mind me sharing it. I'm going to share a little bit. Kim came to that. No. I seen her before she seen me. She's going down the hall with all this luggage. She's looking at all these people. And I stood behind her and watched her, right? She was like, I said, hi, Kim. She said, hi, Maria. Are all these people always here? I said, yeah. Kim didn't stay 24 hours. She didn't stay 24 hours. I guess coming from Goshen. That would be a bit overwhelming, right? And then we talking about Goshen. Kim hit a place, man, we talking about thousands of black people. Now you know how I feel over here. We talking about how they all dressed up that shit. We all dressed up in Detroit, right? We good gateway and people sitting. That's why I come here, because I need to keep my spirituality intact. But a lot of times in Rome we do as Romans, right? I go to say bye to Kim, right? And I hit her door. Kim stands there. So I said, Kim, I just come to say bye. She's still there and looked at me. I got this full length mink coat on. She was sitting me like this, right? And instantly I'm embarrassed, right? Kim, because I got embarrassed because the way she looked at me. She looked at me like, dude, what's up with that? She had her son with her. He looked at me, he was like, cool. I said, we know what he gonna get when he grow up. And I was telling her about, it was so hilarious. I'm so out of character even then, right? I done left the damn coat. Lucy had to go put it up somewhere. And all of a sudden it hit me. Somebody said, let me take a picture. I said, wait a minute, I got a coat. I looked around and said, oh, where's that coat? It's hot as hell up in Dayton, right? I got this mink on so fucking heavy to walk around like this. Coat way more than I do. I put that thing on, I know that shit again. Wait, I take it back. I take that back. I'm gonna wear it to Dayton next year. Oh my goodness, and you know what? Guess what, y'all? I wasn't even impressed with myself that day. I was so busy trying to impress other people, it was pathetic. I missed the whole convention. Didn't get no message. Okay? None. Because I was in a fashion competition. And I didn't even win. Them niggas got some minks up in Detroit. But it's all right. Because I come out here, man, I can just be who I am. You know what I'm saying? And this is who I am. But don't get me wrong, sometimes I do struggle with, I got a spine to be sharp as hell, right? I be like, she got every kind of name, brand, gym shoe, this. I just look, I be like, she's sharp. I look down, I got some Wranglers on. But Wranglers is my thing. Pelly, that's what's her. You know, once again, judging my insides on others' outside appearance. But that's not taking nothing from her, she be sharp. You know, just what's sharp ain't my thing, y'all. I'm so clumsy and goofy. First thing I pray for coming up here, God, don't let me fall up them steps. Please don't let me fall up them steps. Because I'm goofy. Listen, y'all, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm rambling on and on and on now. Don't even have nothing else to talk about. I just want to go chill out. I appreciate y'all asking me, kinda. But to be honest with y'all kind of ruined my trip. So just for that, I'm coming back next year. I will be back next year because this is where I come. This is where I give my love. This is where I'm going to always come, God willing, because right here is where we do grow with love. Thanks for letting me share.